Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much. I've been given a very difficult task, big task to actually, it was initially one task, but now become two tasks. Reason is that because first I have to close the loop of this two-day conference. The second is now I have to manage the time as well. We're getting a bit of a late in terms of getting things closed out. So I'll try my best to wrap up as quickly as possible. The thing is that TAPA is giving me a big responsibility to wrap up this session and see how I can put together a topic to actually give you guys the crux of this 2 days conference. Before I start my speech, I would like to reiterate the scope of TAPA here, basically. What TAPA does, basically. TAPA is a member organization, provides member support to support to members to enhance and improve the supply chain resilience by designing, developing relevant standards for their supply chain industry. The reason I've been the topic I've actually choose for the wrap up and closing this 2-day session is basically standard adoption. And the reason I've actually chosen this topic is to give you guys a bit of an idea. There are a lot of good presentation and excellent presenters and a lot of good discussions during the last 2 days. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot and a lot of information and knowledge that we need to store in our data, basically, and take it away from this. But I wanted to capture this into one aspect. The end is basically we need to come up with some sort of a solution how to make sure that we comply with the different requirements. So today I'll be talking about standard adoption. What is the standard adoption? The power of standard adoption, the benefit of standard adoption, the challenges we're going to face when we adopt any standard, and there are some successful standard adoption case studies that I'm going to share with you guys. And also, I'm going to share a step towards standard adoption. The word adoption is very basically, I wanted to stress here, and I want you to understand that it refers to the adopting and implementing industry-wide standards in the supply chain. It actually asks you to commit something. While you're adopting something, you're basically committing something for a longer period. You're trying to make sure that when you adopt something, you stay with it for a longer period and for a reason, basically. These standards, guidelines and product quality, safety and security and sustainability basically provides protocol for communication and data exchange and a platform to actually keep your company in line with certain rules and regulations. By adopting these standards, organization can ensure consistency, efficiency throughout the supply chain. Standards are developed through extensive research, collaboration, and consensus by experts in the industry. And there are regulatory bodies also involved into it. They represent collective efforts of ensure efficiency, safety, security, quality in various domains. Standard adoption has a wide range of benefits. First and foremost is interoperability. They provide common language and set of rules that allows different systems, technology, and product to work together seamlessly. This interoperability fosters innovation, encourages competition, and facilitates exchange of goods and services on a global scale. For example, there's a very known organization called International Organization for Standardization. It's an acronym called ISO. Has developed series of standards related to management systems, including 9001 for quality management system, 14001 for environmental management systems, 27,001 for information security, and there are many more standards, such as 45,000 for health and safety, and 28,000 for security management. Similar to that, TAPA has also developed series of security standards. Facility security requirement, trucking security requirement, guarding security requirement, and cyber security requirement, including the risk assessment as well, is just recently been released, and guarding security as well. Moreover, the standard enhance safety, security, and quality in each area, such as manufacturing, logistic, and healthcare. Adherence to the established standard ensures the product and process services meets the predefined benchmark. By following standardized protocols, organization can minimize the risk, reduce errors, and safeguard the well-being of consumers and environment. In today's global economy, supply chains are becoming increasingly complex with multiple stakeholders involved in production, transportation, delivery of goods and services. Standard adoption can help unite these stakeholders and create a more efficient and sustainable supply chain. By adopting these standards, organization can streamline the processes, reduce cost, and improve the environmental and social impact. Standard adoption may bring the challenges that organization may face when implementing these standards. There are numerous benefits to standard adoption in supply chain. Some of the key benefits are streamlining the processes and reducing the process waste. Standard adoption can also help organization to reduce cost by minimizing errors and rework, increase efficiency, and improve sustainability. By adhering to supply chain security standard, organization can reduce supply chain losses, protect against physical threats, defend against cyber threats, increase supply chain efficiency, increase buyer confidence, and improve the organization reputation and stakeholder relationship. Standard adoption also facilitates international trade and collaboration. When businesses and industry conforms to the recognized standards, they gain credibility and trust from partners and customers around the world. Standard provides a level playing field, enabling fair competition and promoting global market access. By embracing internationally accepted standard, countries can enhance their economic competitiveness and drive sustainable growth. However, standard is not without challenges. It requires commitment, resource, and willingness to change. Organizations must invest in training, infrastructure, and compliance to integrate standard into their operations successfully. Moreover, staying updated with the evolving standards, technological advancement requires ongoing education and engagement. While there are many benefits to standard adoption, organizations may face some challenges when implementing these standards. Some of the challenges are resistance to change. Employee and stakeholders may be accustomed to existing processes and reluctant to adopt a new standard. Lack of resource can also be a challenge. As in implementing new standards, organization may require additional training, technology, and resource. To overcome these challenges, the organization can provide training and awareness to employees, involve stakeholders, and standard adoption processes, allocate resources to support implementation. It is important to communicate the benefit of standard adoption and emphasize the long-term impact on the organization and its stakeholders. To illustrate the impact of the standard adoption, there are some case studies that I would like to share here that have successfully implemented the standards in their supply chain. Walmart adopted sustainability standards for its suppliers, resulting in reduced waste, improved energy efficiency, and increased transparency. Nike implemented environmental and social standard in its supply chain, resulting reduced water usage and improved working condition. I would also like to add one more, a successful case study from my country that I'm coming from, basically. I'm from Australia, Melbourne. And in 2015-16, government of Australia have actually decided to look into the TAPA standard and decided to think what can they do to adopt these standard, and they've invited a few industry experts to understand that. They have successfully managed to get this standard onboarded on their platform and implemented within the supply chain that they use for their courier services, the high-value courier services. What they've actually achieved from that is actually help the organizations in terms of reduce of the cost, because there were a lot of security aspect to be involved before the TAPA standard being adopted by Australian government, Australian Defence Department, Australian Homeland Department. They go on site, they do a lot of inspections and checkings and audits, and the cost involved, time and cost involved. So they successfully adopted TAPA standard and mandated the organization that who wants to work with Australian government, they have to adopt TAPA A. So that is another very good case study that actually provides that the positive impact of the standard adopted and have both organization and environment has all been achieved. Organization can also improve the operation, reduce costs, and promote sustainability, security, and ethical practices by adopting these standards. To promote standard adoption, collaboration and communication are the key. Government, regulatory bodies, industry association, and academia must work together to develop and promote standards that there are needs and concerns of various stakeholders. Public-private partnership can foster innovation, knowledge sharing, and widespread of adoption for standard across the industry. Educating individuals and organizations about the benefit of and importance of the standard adoption is crucial. Training programs, workshops, awareness campaigns can help raise understanding and encourage widespread of acceptance of standards. Government and industry bodies should actively promote the value of standard and incentivize adoption through various means, such as recognition, certifications, and financial incentives. Finally, I would like to go through with certain practical steps that the organization can take to adopt standards, benefit standards, basically. These steps include identifying relevant standards, communicating with stakeholders, assess existing processes and developing implementation plans, providing training and awareness, monitoring and evaluating progress. By taking these steps, organization can make a lasting impact on their operations. Standard adoption is strongly recommended approach to improve supply chain and efficiency and help create more efficient, sustainable, and responsible global economy. Ladies and gentlemen, important part, standard adoption is not a mere formality or bureaucratic approach. It is a powerful tool that drives progress, ensures safety and security, and enhance efficiency across sectors. By embracing and implementing standard, we can build more interconnected, sustainable, and prosperous future. Let us recognize the value of the standard and commit ourselves to their widespread of adoption. Together we can create where world innovation thrives, quality is assured, and collaboration knows no boundaries. By this, I would like to thank you all for listening to me and understanding, and thank you, TAPA, for providing me an opportunity to discuss the topics that actually helps you in terms of getting something out of it, and you may take something out of from this session and the whole 2 days of conference. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much, Mr. Iftikhar, for the wonderful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, just a heads up before we proceed with the closing remarks. After this, we'll have a cocktail networking session. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the closing remarks, I'd like to kindly invite Mr. Tony Luck, Chairman of TAPA APAC, on stage, please.